Great on Train. That isn't too great, but maybe they can just make it work. Let's first see how this knife round will turn out. Secret, of course, hoping to get on towards that CT side once more. It will possibly net them a very good chance of winning, and they have seen Fate play before in the previous best of 3 against a Suba. So there's a chance they know what they're up against.
They should, at least. Now, bit of chaos here around the site, but it looks like it's Nicky, Patrick, Horn, and yes, indeed, the knife does look to be going towards, well, Team Secret, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you are mistaken. It's going to be Fate winning the knife round, and
testing you there for a moment.
They will most likely go for that CT side, and indeed, they are swapping sides right now, getting ready for possibly a very good start on their own map pick. It is going to be vital to get those rounds going, but well, we've seen it before. If they do get a lead, they are still able to throw it all away. And in a previous match we saw Fate play, they were better on that T side than on that CT side. And I'm scared maybe that will happen again.
Oh dear. Are you absolutely frightened, my good friend?
Shivering.
Oh, understandably so. Understandably so. But let's see, all right. How are they going to get into this? Is it going to be Fate that then uses this advantage, make things, well, you know, draw things to their hand? Or is Team Secret really going to show up? Are they actually going to come in clutch and make the best out of it, even if they are on the T side, which is perhaps not ideal, but which is, you know, not the end of the world?
Well, so far we see Blocker standing by with his nade in hand, possibly to counter this push coming in from Secret, and it will be a very good nade. Look at the damage being dealt. As-Mef, however, with the opening kill, Blocker will get one in return. He'll be pushed down, or he will be pushing on towards the bomb plant, who gets a frag. Redefaction getting the turn in. Now he will have the plant going for him as Percy takes on Mar as well. It is a 2-on-2 as Percy is now standing here at Oil Train. There's going to be Synopsy, the only player alive in a 1v2. Playing around the Great Train will have to be flanked out, but there's also still a flashbang on towards Mickey. Those 2 smokes to work with, and they don't have a defuse kit, so they'll have to stick it for a long, long time. First kill to come in. Of course, they'll try to cancel. Synopsy now having to move back, still has a bullet in his chamber. He'll be taken out by Nicky, and Fate now with the opening kill. Doing well, or at least seemingly doing well, because we never know how strong Secret will be on their force buy.
Seemingly, right? Seemingly. But Fate at least grabbed the first round, just like how they grabbed the knife round. And with that now, Team Secret, well, potentially off to a bit of a worse start. It is, after all, Fate's map pick. They got the knife round, just like they did, of course, in the previous map.
Well, I'm a little bit scared for the side, of course, of Team Secret. Now, being a little round behind, luckily they have had that bomb plant go in their favor, so they will have, I dare to say, a similar or even equal buy towards that of Team Secret. They will have less utility, but their weaponry, pretty okay.
Should be on point.
We don't see an AK, we just see 4 Galils, but 4 Galils up against 2 MP9s. Of course, 2 M4s and a scout as well on the side of Fate. Utility being used is going to be Mar tagged up by the scout, moving towards that pop dog area. Patrick will get 1 kill on towards Percy, but here is the first refrag to come in. Also Harn to be tagged up, and it's going to be another aggressive peek. Nicky on the long range being a little bit better with that M4 as well. There will be a 2-man spray down from Redefaction, going for that player lead, but losing his life as he goes aggressive solo, which of course shouldn't be the case. It's going to be S-Mef, hopefully, to open things up for the side of Team Secret, as they are now looking for possibly going towards that B side. Blocker will be tagged up, and it's going to be actually Anarchist moving around, but being chased by Harn, who actually heard his play to come down. Still, it's going to be S-Mef on towards that A side. It's going to be very hard for him to be here in time, as Harn will now get a kill. He has a defuse kit as well. He will almost choke it out. But now he can just stick the defuse. There's nothing S-Mef can do, as he will never be in time. And Fate with yet another ninja defuse, taking that 2nd round.
That was exceptional team play there, to be honest. Harn there, although he did, well, with his first shots a little bit, it was Blocker there coming in clutch with a molly, delaying the push onto the site, and there, that causing him to eventually also get the frag and never be in time to try and cancel the defuse.
Well, we do see Secret now going on towards their eco. Of course, not being too happy about that result, but they'll have to make do in the coming rounds. First, most likely to be losing out 1 set of armor, some weapons as well, of course. gaining some money with that bomb plant to come in. At least being able to put some more pressure on towards the economy of Fate. Having expended all of their resources. Percy with a frag on towards Harden. Well, we've seen it before. The weapons, not really necessary on the side of Secret. They're doing better when they do have those pistols. But the problem is that Nikki, that takes out another guess, a very good nade as well. On towards that top ladder position. And they seem to be going for that B-side take once more. Blocker standing by, M4 in hand. And of course, with an M4, he should be able to get a few frags for himself.
Well, let's see if it is actually going to come through, though, because should be able still doesn't mean anything in the reality sometimes. These players should be able to really come in clutch when it's needed and really get some amazing frags when push comes to shove. But even then, they can still kind of throw it away sometimes. Still, this time, it does look to be good on Mar's hands. He also has an incendiary to still play with the time if he needs it. But so far, he doesn't seem to have to throw it out there yet. Now, the lads from Team Secret are going to rotate back around. Might be considering Pop Dog here, but they will encounter some resistance from Nikki there if they do decide to go down there.
It's going to be Redafaction and his teammate now going towards B, but the problem is Mar is there. And of course, Blocker, the side angle for the B side, will get one frag, will be turned around by SMF, but he will be burned to a crisp once more. Redafaction getting a deagle, hearing the player come from behind and try to go for another. Only a body shot to come in, meaning the 3-0 is a given for Fate. And Secret will now be on their first real buy round, hoping to actually do something in return, because in the previous round, they've done some damage. But, well, it wasn't really that close, was it?
No, but still, I do wonder if, like, I'm going to see a repeat, or, well, if we're going to see a repeat of the patterns here, you know?
Well, Mar...
Just imagine, right?
Well, there is that AWP into Harden as well. They have got a full buy apart for possibly that Khalil from Blocker. I'm really sure why he's been given that, as of course he is that B-side anchor. Mar will get a first kill into Redafaction, will be traded out by SMF. Blocker going aggressive around the B area as they know that there will be a commit towards A. Nikki with another kill, make it a double for himself around that blue train. A good amount of damage also being done on towards SMF, losing another teammate and losing his life as well. AK for Blocker to come out, and he's upgraded. He's got a double kill. His team has now got another great round in, and 4-0 is the lead. CT Streak coming in well.
CT Streak perhaps starting off, and let's see how long it lasts for, of course. Team Secret do eventually get the opportunity to actually buy themselves in, get their AKs in their hands again, and work away at that potential deficit from there. Maybe a full buy is all they need, or maybe this will just be another effortless round for Team Fate. We'll see it in a moment as the utility is flying in. The B Hall's position is really being rushed through. SMF, though, in the meantime, he's getting those critical frags as well. Look at the damage on the lads from Fate. Almost no one left existing. It's only Mar with a considerable chunk of his health gone, and Patrick. Bomb plant comes in now, and you'd almost say that Fate is already calling the save.
It seems like it is the most logical decision as well, AWP and AK to be taken with. And still, look at the utility as well, the amount of money they're saving in that regard. And well,
the defuse kits.
As well as that armor, of course, and well, it's quite simple to see that there is little to no chance of them winning this round. Mar even getting an exit frag on towards the player from Team Secret. And that means, well, 3 players will survive. At least they will be able to rebuy in full. But look at the damage being dealt still by the side of Fate with just that single kill. Secret won't be building any big reserves as of yet. And that means it's going to be a scary time for Secret, having to fight a strong Fate lineup, who, of course, also don't have too much money. But maybe with a few drops, they will be able to rebuy and put down some pressure. Harn would even be happy with a scout because he wouldn't be expecting Secret to bring that AWP. Of course, there was an AWP save, so that will probably be going towards him. And, well, I'm curious to see what the rest of the team will bring to the table. 1 FAMAS for Nikki, and then 3 normal rifles and an AWP. So that's a very good buy, actually.
Yeah.
Fate being able to make ends meet, and Blocker, of course, once more the anchor towards that B side, and Mar also with the opening kill. There was a molly coming in. It will be cancelled out by the smoke. Trying to delay a little bit more. Nicky going aggressive again in Olofmeister. He's been there before. He will be punished this time, however. But Mar still in Popdog doing more and more work.
And sometimes you just need to put into the work if you want to see the results. Mar keeps some shots through the smoke at Popdog just in case that there might be someone dropping through there or going off that ladder. But no one is there just yet. SMF, however, is getting close. He's in the vicinity. But if he's going to down is another question entirely. Doesn't look like it. It's going to be a molly that he's throwing up instead. Mar flashed back now and in a bit of a tough spot.
Oh, another molly comes in, but it's going to be hard taking care of Percy. And our guess with 1 kill in return, that will be Patrick. Of course, with a refrag and the bomb now drop at the A main position. 45 seconds left on the clock. A 1v3 for the half HP player. Being taken down through the smoke by Hard as well. A 5-1, and now, of course, we know Secret has a great loss bonus. But they still don't have enough money to most likely go for a full buy. 2 players. Not having enough for that AK and armor and utility as well. So now they're contemplating, should we go for pistol armor? We'll lose even more ground. But it seems to be the best option to go for him in towards this round. Try to deal damage because, of course, there is still a little bit of a volatile part in that economy of Fate. Another lost round would mean at least they will have some troubles rebuying. And look at this once more. 4 players towards that A stack with a very slow rotate towards B. So if Secret would just go rather aggressively, they could make it work as the nades now go towards that Ivy area. It's going to be Centipede with the first kill on towards Nicky as well. The first frag to be followed up by a return from Mar, but 2 more in favor of Team Secret. Mar getting another, still on towards the side with the AK. Red Faction on towards 1 HP as well, trying to sneak in. He will get one and tries to go for the second as well, as Blocker is behind the side, ringing around the Rosie. But where's the bomb? I don't actually know, but at least it has been the kill for SMF. And the round going in favor of Secret, and that, of course, on a pistol armor.
It is, a pistol armor, so what other type of round would they win on? It is also important to highlight there are some good weapons recovered by Team Secret, leading to them probably being able to buy this comfortably and actually having armor and AKs and everything that their hearts might desire. Team Secret, with that, slowly but surely trying to gain the edge back and trying to prove, those Vi.GG odds right. After all, they are still quite considerably favored for this match. Of course, they also have the first map to their name. And so far, more utilities flighting in. It's Fate who are on a pretty much full eco round and not much else.
Yeah, there was a little bit of utility on the side of Nicky, but he actually got tagged up by a nade from the side of Secret. Another nade now going towards Popdog. That is a easily contested position, but there is no player to be standing from the side of Fate. More of a B-side stack coming in as, well, Secret more often than not being successful on towards the B-side, getting at least that plant down. As the utility will now more fly. Also out of Ivy. Seems like Fate is trying to have a little bit of a party going towards that position. Will they be expecting it on the side of Secret? Well, it will be Red Faction with the first frag. Will he be expecting 3 more players to come in? Possibly even 4. Well, the nade will deal a lot of damage as well. Still, they're biding their time. Anarchist also holding the aim with AWP. Needs some support as well because he is now on the close up. A second frag. There will be the support as well from Red Faction. Getting an assist, another kill. And of course, now that round for Secret. And that is a clean round. Something they need to build those reserves. Build that economy for those following rounds. And, well, with Fate now buying in once more, it will be a little bit scary for Secret. A little bit iffy. They need to win this to at least get to an equal score.
You can see it again here. A pretty critical play from Anarchist. Lovely shots coming in from him and eventually a triple there at the end of it. Important to highlight as well, perhaps, Fate actually starting to lose the grip on their round advantage a bit swifter than they did before. This time they're already encountering quite the resistance from Team Secret, which took a bit longer to come in the previous map. There it was that they got up to a 7-8 round count even before Team Secret started to really fight against them. Now this might be, of course, a, well, either positive or negative sign of things to come, depending on who you are rooting for at home or who you might have put some money on the lovely V.GG or Vi.GG even site. Did you actually do any more cheeky bets?
Yeah, I just did a bet for Team Secret to win this map.
Really now?
The odds were quite favorable as Fate had a good streak, and I figured, well, they'll come back eventually. the moment they do get some economy rolling for themselves. It all depends also on the opening frag right here on towards Nicky. He's standing by and towards main. Nobody's really checking it, but still they get a double kill. As also Patrick will go down, but Bar once more so strong in that pop dog area. They're just trying to disregard it because they can't change him. And it will be hard with another following frag as well. Blocker with the MP9 getting close towards the side, and the player at Father suddenly turned around in towards the favor of Fate. AWP is still standing by, and of course Anarchist is worried about Mar. He's now gone towards a main, and that will be a whole different story, a whole different fight as well. And now Anarchist, you should know it. He's not there anymore. Where else would he be coming from? He won't go through connector. As SMF now takes down Harn. At least it's back to a 2-on-2, and Arnakes has a very good hunch. He will get a frag as well. Only Blocker alive, low HP. But the same goes for SMF, and it's going to be a close fight with Anarchist. He might actually get the kill, but no. The round goes to Secret, and that was really scary. But Fate now, I believe, once more on an eco, and indeed, their economy gone to shambles.
No, there is very little to do with the few, well, stacks of cash that they have right now, which also means that it's very likely that Team Secret might be looking at the equalizer here now with the next round that is going to come up.
And we do see Team Secret eventually getting rather close now, playing against almost a full eco. Just a Deagle and P250 armor for Blocker to be picked up in this round. A B stack once more, one player to at least contest towards A, but look at this train now going possibly out of Pop Dog to be contested in their back if they're not too careful. There's going to be at least a plan to come in soon, and Red Faction is standing by the AK, just swapping around, which is always a little bit dangerous and always a little bit scary. But they're moving through. Blocker says, nuh-uh, ain't going through there, but there's also a player actually in that A main area holding it down, and it's going to be possibly a meat grinder, as Anarchist is once again being questioned by his opponents, having to fall back as well. Will get one frag, Tech 9 in hand, and of course Sinopy will be there to get another frag for himself. One more player standing close by, and then the other one is all the way towards Ivy. Not really expecting a kill to come down from Harn, as of course the players from Team Secret are now exiting the site safely towards that A main area. And Sinopsy will actually get the last kill as well, and it will be a ding and a 5-5 scoreline. Secret getting yet another round into their favor, equalizing the score, having to battle it out for the outright lead right here, right now, against a buy from Fate once more. AWP most likely there for Harn, or at least I hope so for him, because otherwise he will maybe be in a little bit of trouble.
Sinopsy actually escaping by the, well, what do you call it? Scrape of his hide, or so to speak, like very close there. But in the end, that also means a cleaner round for Team Secret, and weapons recovered, reserves further built up, because look at the economy on their side. Look at the money that those lads have. Amounts up in the 10 of thousands. Lots and lots of money to work with, and lots of money to throw right back at Fate in the form of utility. But we'll see if this, well, I'd say buy round for Fate is actually going to work out this time. A lot is banking on it, and if it doesn't, then they're going to regret it for the coming, well, round after this and possibly the next.
There will be utility thrown towards the B side. It will be an execute coming in. Blocker will get the first frag, and will also throw an incendiary, will lose his life as he's also flashing out. That was maybe a little bit too much to ask for. Anarchist now takes down Patrick, a spray down comes down on towards Percy. The bomb is now ticking. Harn looking upstairs, he will get the first frag on towards Anarchist as well. That means the player lead in favor of Fate for just a little moment. Sinopsy will get one kill. Red Faction with a beautiful fadeaway shot on towards Nicky, leaving only Mar alive. And of course he gets yet another frag. A 1v1, but he is low. Yet there isn't a molly coming down for Sinopsy, who is now being tagged up as well. Time is ticking down. Another smoke being recovered. He's moving closer and closer. The bomb will eventually tick down, but before that, the kill will come in. AWP will be saved. And the lead now for Team Secret, the first time in towards this map. And I'm actually going to say that Secret is looking quite all right now.
Well, to be fair, you know, we have Team Secret. They're both working with streaks here. It was Fate that started off with a 5-round streak, and then it's Team Secret that just came back, you know. It goes to and from, and it's really back and forth. You can call it what you like. But the question that I ask is also, you know, how is this going to end? If Team Secret ends out this T side now with an actual round advantage, then I am really worrying for Fate, you know, especially considering that this is their map pick. They should own this place. And I'd even say on Train that, you know, you'd want to own this place on CT even more compared to T.
Well, Patrick now spotting out a player with his scout as Mar already being tagged up, most likely being contested in the pop dog area by some nades from Synopsy. But Blocker, of course, going aggressive, will eventually be taken out by the before-mentioned player. And then look at the B side, it's undefended. The players will chime in as now also Anarchist takes down Patrick. Once more, the player that is usually a relatively strong factor for Fate losing out. And now also Percy getting another frag. SMF also stepping up, only Mar alive. Well, I think he's a bit on the sad side as Redafaction is just behind his smoke, waiting for that Deagle player to move through, and he will do in just a second. Redafaction will be spotted out, but still a clean round once more for Team Secret. And look at the reserves, 16,000 for Anarchist. Just needs to rebuy some utility, and I think they'll be fine for now.
Yeah, these are absurdly high amounts, and it means that Team Secret barely even has any chances left. And, well, this also means that it's starting to look like Team Secret is getting closer and closer to actually ending out this first half with a serious round advantage. With that going on now, Fate might actually be looking to, well, potentially really have to turn things around and really, well, solve this situation. They really have to figure out how to get back on this, how to deny and kind of destroy Team Secret, even more so after this now. They've already invested their entire funds. Again, Mar now getting tagged out by that Molly. Anarchas in the meantime already having gotten a frag, and it's not looking positive for Fate once again because Anarchas just continues, you know. That man is an absolute madman. Pair that up with Radifaction, who can get a frag on Ivy there, and suddenly it's only Mar and Han left. And what are those two lovely lads going to do? Not much, I'm afraid, because it seems more sensible to save this. And even that isn't successful because Radifaction just continues. It's only, well, Han who can get one frag, but it's 4v1. What's he going to do? From Olaf Meister? Percy might just hop on top of him and frag him.
It's going to be hard for the AWP to stay alive. B-Hub's coming down and now know where he is, but Harn still gets yet another frag. The reserves on Team Secret are just too great to bear, and it's going to be Anarchist also holding an angle. The moment Harn will overstep, he will go down, but SMF will just finish things off. 8 rounds now for Team Secret, and I'm just a little bit worried for Fate right now. Once again, out of money, going in towards a pistol armor. And so far, for a change, Secret being clean against those pistol armors. And this previous round as well, they were really smart. First, Anarchist getting that opening frag. Redafaction already at that Ivy position, trying to contest and possibly also a flank later on if they would succeed. And Fate would go for a retake. However, a second frag from the primary rotator of Fate meant that Team Secret already forced their opponents on towards a save. Redafaction was standing by, got that first frag in, and then from that point onwards, it was easy to go. Now Synopsy getting a 2-man spray down. However, the nades have dealt a lot of damage on towards Anarchist. It doesn't really matter at this moment in time because Percy also getting a kill before being traded out by Mar. The real stable factor so far for the side of Fate, but it's not enough to stay alive. It's also Harn will go down 9-5, and Secret getting close to those double digits.
Very close indeed, which means that they potentially end this first half with a serious advantage. Now, to be fair, right, it has to be said, Fate also ended the last map with a serious advantage, so that ended up going wrong as well. Now, the question being, of course, who do you estimate higher? Do you think that Team Secret knows better how to handle an advantage like this and can actually carry it on and actually finish it off rather swiftly in the second half? Or do you think, are you equally worried as perhaps I am, that maybe, just maybe, Team Secret is going to go and do a good old bit of choking just like Fate did?
Well, we do see the first kill coming in favor of Fate right now. Mar taking down Synopsy. There will be some utility flying towards that Ivy area. Patrick with a beautiful follow-up as well. That means we now have Anarchist also being low and eventually Percy falling. I think this will be a 9-6 scoreline as a 1v5 for Redafaction. He is really good. Might not seem as logical. The first thing comes in and eventually the peek from Blocker to finish things off. And indeed, still a favorable lead for Secret, despite them not being able to choose what side they wanted to start on. And that means Fate, well, they'll have to step up. But last time around, against, of course, a Suba, they were stronger on that T side as well than they were on their CT. And, well, so far they've won the exact same rounds as they did on their CT side against their previous opponents.
And as such, Team Secret right now will be going into that second half with, well, you know, a chin up, a smile on their face, a positive attitude, a positive look ahead. But I once again ask the question, are they going to contain, or well, are they going to carry that over? Are they going to keep this going? Or is it going to go completely, well, up the wazoo, so to speak, completely wrong for Team Secret now? It all depends on this pistol round as well. If the pistol round goes the way of Team Secret, then I believe that Fate is pretty much, well, out of the running. Then I don't think they have much of a chance anymore.
Well, Secret moving up aggressively with those USPs. We see Fate actually in those brown halls. Percy standing by to possibly flank around towards that B side take if Fate does go for it. And currently he's just waiting. Those clocks on this range should of course always be superior, but well, the USP might always just be a little bit more lucky. If you do get those headshots in, you might actually get away with it. And we're looking. We're waiting. Team Secret so far just also biding their time, not really going too aggressive. Very passive hold on towards that B side as well. Red Faction is standing by, and Percy now, of course, not hearing the players move by. But he might have a hunch as now Nicky is moving back closer. He's holding the angle. But the moment they lose a player on their entry, they'll have to commit every player. Nicky now also going in, and Percy, he's going up, and there will be a player in the showers at this moment in time. Percy might have the right angle as the player in showers will move past. Percy, will you get a kill or two? Possibly. He's going for the flag. And no, he might not play himself. It's going to be SMF the first frag. Also a follow-up right now from Percy. Where is that flag coming? There it will be. Blocker coming in, but in the meantime, Anakas also getting a double. The bomb will still be in the hands of Fate, going towards that A side. Panic Flash being thrown out as well. But already the rotate coming in from Secret. Another tap coming in from Synapse. That is not a frag he was looking for. It's Patrick with the turnaround, and now a 2-on-2 situation. Bomb to be planted unless if Red Faction can come in time. He will not be in time. He will lose his teammate, and now it's going to be a 1v1. Blocker now seeing that bomb actually being smoked off, and Red Faction also having the defuse kit. However, Blocker is moving up, having the P250 raid boss as well. Aim punch will be great, and I believe he moved just in time before Red Faction was able to see him. And we're now going to watch him turn around. Blocker will be in the back of course, Red Faction, and Team Secret lose yet another pistol round. And that is the second one, and so far the fourth one in this series.
It's, well, see Team Secret now, this was very possibly going to them. It was a good flank, but I think maybe if the shots there with that Team Secret flank, the shots coming from, help me out here.
Percy was flanking.
It was Percy who was flanking. If he had actually connected, I think, 2 or 3 more shots, he could have gotten that 1 extra frag, and that could have possibly meant that Team Secret had actually, well, pocketed the pistol. But it didn't turn out that way, so now we have to see how they're going to play the second one. Oh, Swag 7 in the hands of SMF. Let's go, boys. I do wonder how he's going to successfully use that.
I was hoping that he would at least play in the pop dog position as well, because of course the Mag 7 on that position would, well, be able to get a few frags in. A May control taken by the side of Secret, going relatively aggressive on this force by round. And as Percy is now being chased away by the Molly, it's going to be a little bit of a slower round. Flashbang coming in, Mar will actually get a first frag as Percy will get one in return, but the problem is pop dog also given in towards Fate's their hand. And it's going to be a 4-on-3 situation. It's looking as if the side of Team Secret is now going to tremble, going to fall, but Red Faction with 1 frag, another one as well, again with the 5-7, and he still has a full mag to work with as he reloads. Another teammate of his also to come in soon. You dare to say it's going to be his teammate SMF in that pop dog area. The bomb has gone towards B, but the Swag 7 will be there to possibly deny the planter if he has eventually put it down. Bomb will be planted. It will be a little bit of a wait. SMF expecting the player eventually to come towards him, or the faction to at least have a favorable position to fight from. A smoke in hand could maybe do something with that. And there will be a little bit of a shoulder peek coming in from Nicky as well. No defuse kit, and there is a clean kill coming in from SMF, and the 10th round now for the side of Team Secret. And a defuse, of course, to be followed suit. And this will seal the deal possibly for a few more rounds for Fate. At least they have that bomb plant going. At least they will get some bonus money. And let's see what their economy will be like at this moment in time. It will be disastrous.
Disastrous is probably the right way to put it. I think in that last round, Radifaction deserves a bit of a highlight there with his on-point shots, holding, I believe it was Ivy or somewhere in that ballpark, but even on the site itself, and then along with that, towards the end of the round, the Swag 7 from SMF coming in clutch. Of course, you know, actually called the Mag 7, but I've pretty much gotten into the habit now of calling it the Swag 7.
It's such
because
a great weapon.
Exactly.
It just
because
looks so cool. It's not like...
Once you use that weapon, you are certified just, you know, an
definitely.
OG, like a badass. Anyhow, point being, Team Secret has now reached the double digits. This is a bit of a bonus round for them in the sense that the weapons that they have aren't the best, but they also kind of need the money now, and they don't really have the money either to play with it. You know, SMS, for example, has completely ran out buying himself, I believe it is utility, and probably buying a weapon for one of his teammates. So it's going to be a bit of a bonus round, but he is going in a good position. He knows the flag, gets the first, the second, the third. No, not the third, but he does get a serious tag in there, and Anarchus might be able to finish someone off now with the scout in hands. And he doesn't, or with the AWP in hands even. Doesn't end up connecting his shot, but now Redifaction is coming in, and he might be able to provide the difference. See, there's the nade from Synapsy making the difference now. If the Mag 7 hadn't been used, that nade wouldn't have actually gotten the frag, and that leaves only one player left. It was Nicky, and he only had 1 or 2 HP left, I believe. Defuse comes in now from Team Secret, and they play around relatively well. Actually, a good retake of the site, and achieve their 11th round.
Well, it seems like we're looking at Team Secret doing really well at this moment in time. It's going to be, of course, Fate having to battle back. They have gotten a bomb plant once more. At least that's great for their economy. But Blocker and Harn actually forcing in towards this round, whereas the rest went for a pistol armor / eco. And it could have, should have, and maybe would have been a triple kill for SMF, and it would have also probably sealed the deal without a bomb plant to come in. Tactical timeout also probably being called by Fate right now as, well, there is a player not being able to buy AK and armor. Mar doesn't really have the money to also get some utility, and the same goes for Harn. And that just really hurts you.
It's painful, you know. It's one of those emotional moments. You just feel bad. You feel
it's
terrible.
Just weird. I don't understand. Like, of course they were banking on getting that bomb plant down, but then why still invest so much that you can't even do something like buy the next round, which you're probably banking on? And maybe it was a call to go pistol armor, and some players misinterpreted it, and are now trying to fix that problem, which has now transpired. And, well, I'm hoping for Fate it won't seal the deal for him, because Secret right now is looking forward to possibly winning a 12th round. And if that happens, well, I think Fate will be a little bit saddened, a little bit disheartened, and probably a little bit crying as well.
Oh dear, oh dear. Let's hope that there won't be tears, you know. Let's say that the best may win. And the question I do ask is Team Secret now going to extend...
armor again? Or split buy?
Yes, but we've seen pistol armors go pretty well. It's not the end of all, you know.
But Secret has played very cleanly so far against these buys, so that's what's really worrying me. It's going to be a B rush once more. SMF, where's your nade? It's going to be very, very late. Sprayed out, not gaining a kill, but a team kill. Mar, why are you being punished by your teammate? They're going really quickly towards the connector area to put pressure towards the players close by. Synapsy dealing a deal of damage. It's going to be Anarchist moving up to the AWP as well. Still not getting an angle in, but Patrick going on the aggression. Might actually do something, but it's got a retification. Going with yet another kill. And Patrick will get one in return. The problem is, still Secret has the better weapons. Maybe they have the better angles, as Nicky will now be spotted out in 3v1 at the end of this round. And it's going to be a clean round once more. Team Secret still alive with 3 more players. And they will have the round win, 12-7. Fate, of course, now being able to buy in full. But this round as well, with the momentum they had, the opening kill to come in. But unfortunately then a team kill on towards Mar. I think otherwise they would have easily won it.
Definitely, but at the end of the day, you know, Fate doesn't manage to really pull through. There are those openings there are chances, opportunities, but you aren't. No,
just let me do my thing. I'm playing it safe.
That is just, you're throwing away €3. There's no possible way that they're going to win this.
Don't stop believing.
You absolute madman.
Hey, so far I'm doing better at the Castle Clash than you, so
oh,
just
fine.
look
Okay,
at the expert.
okay, there we go again.
I've
yep,
already
I get
put
it.
down a bet on towards Secret earlier on, and I'm just making sure that if Fate does a crazy play and a crazy comeback, I'll still be in a good place. Now we do say the AWP shot of Anarchist missing. He'll be falling back, and it seems like Fate once more wants to go towards that B side for a take. However, there are two players standing by, and of course, Anarchist with the AWP could have had an opening kill, but still could have a follow-up as there is a player on towards that top of B. Execute coming in. SMF now using some utility as well. He's a little bit out in the open, a little bit scared as well, and he will be pushed from Great Terrain. And I'm not sure what he was expecting from Anarchist, who was already holding upper B. Now we see that 5-2-4, the plan soon to follow, as there is no counter util being used by the side of Secret. And now we do see Mar also getting a kill towards Persian. Are you still doubting me right now?
Oh, I'm not going to comment on that. Who knows what kind of crazy things might come from Team Secret, or perhaps this is just a temporary setback. Do keep in mind, of course, Team Secret, they have massive, massive amounts of reserves. And perhaps, just perhaps, you know, even if they have to give off this one round, that will be all. That will be everything.
Oh, there is a player chasing the saving guys from the side of Secret, but of course, there being an AWP on towards Anarchist, it's going to be hard to do it on your loans, and you'll need to either refrag or do something else entirely, at least with the HP. And oh my god, no.
Did he just die to the bomb?
He died to the bomb. He was on 1 HP. I was like, well, of course, he'll be far away, right? It's like there's no reason he will fall, but still.
Well, you know, these...
I was so happy they had 5 players. They would have some economy going for them. They would save up some money, but now they have to rebuy on at least 1 player, some utility as well. Of course, it's not disastrous, but Harn, buddy,
micromanagement.
I expected better from you there, and I'm slightly disappointed.
Just a little bit.
I'm feeling like my parents as we do see the AWP once more on towards Anarchist, moving in as well, hoping to yet another round to go for Secret. The problem is they just lost one. The momentum may be turning in favor of the T side. Looking for an A execute, possibly looking at the nades. Already chiming in. The players already setting up in the flashbang, now going towards the Pop Dog. 2 actually in a row, and Red Faction being pushed down towards its Ivy area. And A-side control completely in towards the hands of Fate. No players close, and I think they're as confused as we are. The plant will be there. The boost will be, I believe, in the Ivy area. Red Faction will get 1. It will be refragged through the smoke by Mar. Just some lucky pot shots coming in, as there will still be some contention around that Pop Dog. If the kill comes in, I think the round is done for, and Secret losing yet 2 more players, meaning it's a 2-on-4 situation, and, well, it will most likely be a save from this point onwards. It's going to be Anarchist also losing his life, only SMF alive. And indeed, he is running away. Will be chased down and eventually killed by Patrick. 9 rounds to Fate, and it's getting closer by the minute.
They're throwing. They're throwing. They shouldn't be throwing, but they are. Still 3-round advantage for Team Secret, but right now, it is looking like they are slowly but surely throwing that advantage away right now as well. No reserves present, so they basically can't put down a decent buy. You can see it as well on the UI. Utility level, none. There is nothing there. They have... Is that a Zeus in his hands?
Oh yes, it is indeed a Zeus for Synapsy, hoping to at least get some stress out of his system by using the taser. As Percy also moving up with the Deagle once more will be naded. Not a lot of damage, so he's lucky. But it's Synapsy moving up, looking for a possible frag. But so let's see if Fate knows. They're moving away from the player, yet they're not holding off a push. So there could be a lot of intel to be gathered by the side of Secret. That could mean they would sack around this area, as 4 players will move, or actually 3 rather, from this Ivy area, volleying themselves up for the time being, but will soon go through with a flashbang or 2. The other 2 players from that A main will come and try to contest that sandwich as well. And Synapsy is indeed pushing through right now. First frag, first 2 frags, first 3 frags actually going in favor of Fate. And of course, there is little to no investment coming down from Team Secret, but you would have hoped them to do a little bit better right now. And it is SMF standing by at the old bomb train. And Synapsy, what can you do with the Zeus? Oh, there's the target. There is a player covering him off. And that is the bait we were looking for. It's going to be SMF, the last player alive. He will be taken care of, you dare to say? It's going to be Harn falling away because he just has that AWP. But it will be Mar just helping him out and getting the 10th round in for the side of Fate.
Fate getting closer and closer to Team Secret's score. Only a 2-round deficit and no more. Let's see if they actually can pull this off. Team Secret, who do have to just keep it up now, or well, kind of get back now with the full buy that they should be putting in again now. At least they are investing the entirety of their funds. It's still not going to be the best buy, I believe. Case in point, I see a FAMAS. I see less utility than this ideal, and I don't see any head armor. It's a pretty solid point. Of course, you could argue, you know, head armor, do you really need it against AKs? Technically speaking, you don't, but let's see how they start it off. Already, the first frag is there for Team Secret. Percy takes out Mar in an engagement that would have almost certainly gone to Mar, I thought. But we'll see now with how Fate is actually going to maybe, well, start losing again. It is a possibility. However, Team Secret could just as easily only have a temporary frag there. It could only be a one-time thing. There is a very, very good chance that Percy's frag might be the only one they're getting in this round. We'll have to see. Economy-wise, they're, well, a slight advantage for Fate money-wise, but equipment-wise, they're both on pretty much the same level. Although Team Secret's are already burnt through a bit more of its utility at this point.
Well, the utility is still in the hands of Fate to possibly go for an A execute. 2, maybe 3 players moving towards that IV area, and indeed 3 of them will be there. And it seems to be a decent setup so far for Secret. 2 players around the side, 1 in Popdog as well, that of course could support. But then of course 2 players with a late rotate coming in from the B area. Good flashbang towards this IV position, and that scares the side of Fate. They might actually be scared that they might have been seen. The Red faction will be standing by, will now be flashed himself slightly, get the spray down. No, not a kill coming in. Blocker also with a follow-up, and now Percy in a 3v4 situation. It seems like Fate is doing it, as it will be Anarchist going down as well. A save most likely to come out from Secret because, well, a 2v4 without any defuse kits seems unlikely. At least the AWP will be recovered, and it seems to be around for Fate. And possibly also a follow-up after, because Team Secret, their money, it's non-existent.
Non-existent indeed, so they have to just make do with what they have. And at the best, hope for maybe 1 or 2 more exit frags. But even then, I think hoping for those exit frags is, well, a vain hope. I think their most important concern should be preserving the weaponry. Frags are a side case, and you see Percy in the meantime, he can take out Blocker, so that's one nice little extra for him. A bit of the economy on Fate's side, well, knocked down, you say, but look at the amounts on the players that are still alive. 10,000 plus, and on the rest as well. So even those 2 players dying, it barely matters. Fate really just has to play for the win here. They have to continue now, have to play for the 12th round, go for that equalizer, and then knock Team Secret off their throne. Try and push this to a 3rd map, the lovely and ever so dusty Dust 2 as a decider.
Well, Team Secret in a world of trouble will go for a little bit of a pistol armor together with those weapons they saved, hoping that the next round will net them a more decent buy as well. But still, their weaponry, not too shabby. 3 or at least 2 Deagles and a 5.7 of Red faction, of course, because what else would you expect? And an AWP which has now been dropped. Harn holding the angle, Nate's going in, Red faction going for a peek, will be flicked upon as well. He tries to go for it the moment the utility flies out, hoping to find a 1v1, and he deals 0 damage. Team Secret now seeing this round also going a little bit south. Percy possibly the player to do a little bit back with that AK as well, sending around this smoke.
And with that, it is looking more and more certain for Fate that they are going to get their equalizer as Mar frags Percy. SMF and Synopsy can turn it around a little bit, but Barn, or Harn even, quite immediately, along with Blocker, throw it back. Team Fate has now gotten the 12th round. They are on equal footing with Team Secret at this point. And as you can see now, things are getting close. But economy-wise, things are getting not so close. And Fate has a very clear and distinct advantage that Team Secret is really going to have to fight up against.
Well, we do see another buy coming in. Of course, Team Secret had a little bit of pistol armor in the previous round. So the damage they dealt, it's going to be fine for them, but looking at the money from Fate, it doesn't really matter whatsoever. A rush possibly towards that B side, being stopped by a flashbang from SMF, also standing by with an incendiary of himself. And now we're slowing down. Fate is still standing by as Harn is actually burning. And that's a little bit odd. Also, I'm a little bit confused as to why Nicky currently is holding that AWP rather than his teammate. And, well, Synopsy
questions we don't have an answer
with
to.
a smoke, and, well, you could expect that if you throw a molly in.
Well, expected it may be, but let's see what the end result will actually be, because right now I'm unsure. I don't dare say where this is going to go. It could go either way. It very much depends on the way things are going to roll as well. If Team Secret now actually manages to get a round win, which doesn't start to look like it, Synopsy dealt a little bit of damage, well, getting dealt a little bit of damage with the molly. Oh, they're trying to peek in here, but that is going to cost them their lives. Synopsy continues, but he doesn't connect. The flash there keeps him from getting the second frag. But in the meantime, Anarchas is luckily available. Can throw a frag back. And now Anarchas continues. Mar is shot down. 3v2. And look at that HP on Fate's Harn. He doesn't have much to play with.
This smoke will dissipate soon, and of course Harm being low on the other side of the smoke will have a 1v1 against his competitor's AWP. Kill comes in, but this plan is just a little bit too risky. His Radefaction will get a two-man spray down. Secret once more with a round. And Fate, well, they had a shot, but unfortunately the trades didn't go in their favor, and their plan was just too risky. Having, of course, Radefaction stand by with the AUG once more. This will save the economy for Team Secret for the time being, but, well, we know Fate can just buy in whatever and no problem. If they lose another round, most likely they can still buy if they do get a plant as well. And I think even without a plant, there will still be a very good buy for Fate. So their economy is still looking good. They're just a round behind, which is the problem.
And that's something that can, relatively easily be caught up on, you know. It just depends if they are now going to get into a bit of a losing spiral. If they throw away this round, for example, then it might still be more and more, well, going down. It starts well for them, though. Harn gets that opening frag and immediately takes out Anarchas, one of the top players on Team Secret's side. And who knows, this could be the opening Fate wants. This could be their chance to come back and actually equalize it out again, especially if they continue. Mar gets Percy. There's an attempt at a spray down from Radefaction, but it's not really there. It all comes down to Synopsy and SMF, and they might even call the save here. There's not really much of a chance that they stand anymore.
Now it seems like Team Secret once more tries to keep on to their weapons, but an MP9 for SMF is not all too great. And he might actually go for a little bit more forward push to possibly get an exit frag and one of those weapons from the Fate side. However, he's still standing in CT spawn, hoping that he and Synopsy will be at least pushed later on. And it seems like they might actually be, because there's two players in connector, one in upper B, and it's going to be Fate with their stacks of cash trying to at least deny whatever Secret has right now. First kill coming in from Synopsy will be now traded out by Blocker, you dare to say, but it will be Mar eventually getting the frag. SMF moving in to possibly save that weapon when, of course, the bomb goes down. And again, a player dies to the bomb for the side of Fate, and that's a little bit of waste. But, well, they're rich as can be.
They have the money to spend, you know. Dollar bills, y'all. But let's see if those dollar bills are going to help them continue now to actually try and get further their whole end game here. They have to win this map. There is no way whatsoever that they can let Team Secret get away with this, because if they do, then it is Team Secret that will, well, get the map and immediately the match win. There is no option for them to just let this one go. With that now, we'll have to see how Team Secret plays it out this time round. Patrick is pushing up close, should be able to just spot something through this smoke here, although as SMF moves through, he might be safe. He's going up a little bit. He doesn't spot anyone just yet. Sees the head there, but Blocker is faster. Takes him out, and with that, it is once again off to a good start for Team Fate.
We do see Anarchas standing by as well, hoping to do something in return with the Deagle. Synopsy is also trying to play this angle, but will be tagged up by the nades. Wallbangs coming in as well, and it seems to be Team Secret once more in a world of trouble. B-Take to come in with a teeny tiny fake, possibly with that smoke coming by, but of course that's also to cover off that connector area. Now there's only one player standing close by. It's going to be Blocker taking the kill together with Nicky, meaning we now have a 1 HP Nicky with 1 kill and 1 bomb planned to his name soon as well. There will be a rotate, there will be some pressure coming down from Secret, hoping to get some weapons in for themselves. But Patrick with yet another frag means it's a 5-on-2. And I believe that there might be a little bit of trouble on the Ryzen 4 DCT side.
I do believe that their odds are dramatically low and quickly getting lower and lower at this point.
Ooh.
Wow, that was clean. Good job there, Percy. Lovely little 1 dig in there. Let's see if he might be able to get one more if he nips into the B bomb site over yonder. Can't immediately spot anyone. There's a little bit of hopping about, and he did do a tad of damage there, but in the end, Harn and Ma finish it out. Both of them get 2 frags and clean out this round. With that, Fate now achieving the 14th round, and Team Secret, well, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if they win this round, and if then, well, just saying, just putting the option out there, we go to overtime. Ooh, I know.
Ooh, overtime.
Spicy, spicy.
Well, it could always just come out as we do see a full buy from either party. 2 AWPs on towards the side of Team Secret, leaving some utility left untouched, as of course Red Faction has now expended all of his money. Only 1 defuse kit, and that is on towards SMF. Usually a player as this B-side anchor, but if he's being caught off guard and if he will be killed away from the side, they will still be in some trouble. The plant, or at least the push, will maybe go towards that B side. Percy will then most likely go for a long flank around. There's already 2 players on towards this B side from the side of Secret. And that could really work in towards their favor. Anarchist holding the angle of the AWP, soon to be peaked, you dare to say, but where is the utility coming down from Fate? There is a smoke, there is a flash as well. He will not even shoot, or at least not have a kill, as there will be the push Blocker leading the charge once again. Dropping down towards the oil train, and he's a little bit fidgeting around that ladder as well. It's going to be the 5-on-4. Where is that plant? The bomb is only now going towards the side. Harn luckily getting a kill in return. But still, it's a 4-on-3 in favor of the side of Secret, but they're not checking their angles. What are you doing? As it's going to be the 3-on-3 once more. Nicky, of course, to be refragged. He was stuck from the get-go. And I'm curious to see what Patrick can do from this position. Will not get a single kill. And also, Harn going down. Secret bringing it back to a 14-14 scoreline. And of course, Fate has the money. They can rebuy. The chance of overtime effort increasing.
The situations they're coming up, I don't understand how they're so on each other's heels, you know, how so many of the teams that we've seen so far, they've all been so closely matched up to each other. I mean, it says a lot about how good these have been picked, how well they've been chosen out, and it's absolute insanity sometimes to watch this spectacle going on, seeing how it is the one win streak after the other, but then eventually, as you get to the tail end of the map, there is this toe-to-toe, just a head-to-head game where you never get a clear, decisive victor until the very end.
We do see once more a double AWP being set up for the side of Secret. Anarchist now going for an aggressive peek, but Harn, he will actually get that frag as Anarchist was trying to go for something apparently. Blocker will eventually be tagged up by a nade from, of course, that pop dog area. And with the opening kill towards the B side, they might actually go for a push, but look at the rotation. Gamble rotate from Secret, and it will be the right one. One of the great trades will be spotted out. It's going to be Blocker the first frag. They will not be expecting another player on towards the side of Red Faction with the AWP getting 1. And that means it's now a 3-on-2. Will he get a second? No! Mar will turn it around. The bomb still being dropped now to be planted. Percy in this 1-3-3. He should go for it, of course. There is at least a chance of him winning the round. At least a first frag as well. As it is Patrick a little bit confused. Now a 1-3-2, making it a 1-3-1. No, 15-14. Fate actually having a match point once more, being able to bring it in towards the third map. That would be Dust 2.
Well, there is a solid chance here that Fate actually brings us to the third map. Team Secret, their economy is really not what it should be, and Fate has a very much better financial situation. So, looking at that, Team Secret, they actually did make something decent out of it. It could have been a lot worse. So who knows, maybe they do turn this around. Maybe they do use what little that they have to their advantage, and they get a couple of critical frags to really just open it out. we'll have to see. It all is going to depend on who gets the opening frag here. Could it be Team Fate or could it just as easily be Team Secret? We will have to see.
Well, Fate has been saying the past few rounds we've been able to get up and bomb that B side. And would Secret actually expect us to go there once more? Well, they're saying no. But there is yet another player stacking up. That bomb drop being heard as well. So this would indicate a little bit of an extra rotation to come in from the side of Secret as well, as they are now setting up 2 players on the Great Train. Interesting, because you're easily to be flashed as well, but a counter nade coming in, dealing little to no damage towards the side of Fate as well. Still no flank, but they're waiting. The execute now to come in. 2 players, of course, as I said just before, at that Great Train. One moving towards that backside, but is it a Fake coming out from the side of Fate? It seems like they're now doubting to go down.
Oh, Percy.
And oh, the classic stressed out Molly.
No.
Now they will go for the rotate, eventual push towards the B side. Now there's only one player close toward the ramp. The second one now rotating in is Anarchist with an M4 instead of an AWP, but there will be 2 kills coming in. One with, of course, the M4, and of course a few with the Swag 7 MP9 as well. Team Secret bringing it to overtime. And of course, once more, they're going for it.
Can I just say, called it? You know, like it's such
I'm
a
proud of you.
Wow.
Did you bet on overtime?
No, I didn't.
Classic.
Classic. You know, it's. But look, this right here, this entire engagement, and Arcus and SMF here, this pincher move, basically, the entire hold on that B-bomb side, on that ramp, was what got them this round, or what now means that we are going to see overtime, ladies and gentlemen. The first in this match, but definitely not the first of the day. We've seen it before. As a matter of fact, we've already seen it, let me check real quick, twice
2 times
today.
A quadruple overtime.
Quadruple.
The first time we saw it on Overpass. And well, that was a way to start things off today.
Absolutely. But let's see, who knows how long this one's going to be. Overtimes have a habit of running quite long in the Vi.GG Legends series.
Well, of course, we want to keep the betters on the edge of their seats, as we do see an execute coming down or lead. The utility flying towards that A side from the side of Fate. Is it a fake? It seems to be like so, as we do see that bomb and the rest of the players going closer towards a B bomb side. Now going down closer to the ramp, yet not really committing just yet.
We'll see right now how Fate plays it out there. Taking their sweet time for now. Percy's here ready at Pop Dog. SMF and Anarchist, the well, golden B-site duo, I'd say, consistently holding off that site and being pretty successful at doing it. They start off well. Nikki frag, AWP shot, and Anarchist gets the second one and the third! Absolute madman. Gets a lovely triple kill there. Goes to the fourth, because why not, Anarchist? Because you can just do that. Leaves only Mar, and Percy finishes him off. The first round of this overtime goes to Team Secret, and I have to say that was a really, really strong play by Anarchist there to really get this overtime started off.
That was really scary. Nikki had the angle, but just wasn't able to connect the shots. A little bit of a joke here from the second player as well. Blocker not being able to get that frag in, and then, of course, the Elf will have to go for a play. Falls as well. 16-15, and Team Secret doing really well to eventually get this round going for themselves, possibly to close out this series. First, let's see where all the utility will land. Once more, a lot of utility being exchanged. But once more, the players of Fate going a little bit towards that brown halls, but also 2 players in main would indicate an A split to come in. It's going to be Blocker and his teammate throwing out the smokes. Will be the first kill coming in from Synopsci. It's going to be the drop. 2 players right here. Molly also coming in, but Blocker and his mate still moving up, getting a double kill. They were not expecting players to push through. And I guess moving in again for the hero play. This time he won't get a kill, as well as Red Faction going down. SMF in a 1v4. Bomb will be planted. He will be taken out 16-16. And it was just very sloppy from Team Secret. Their Molly, of course, good intention, but it was thrown very deep. Meaning it was easy for the side of Fate just to push through. Even the audio cues not taken into account as well. That was an easy double frag, and from that point onwards, there was no real defense anymore.
Yeah, they were just looking towards main, basically.
Yeah, they were expecting the play to come from there as well,
that's
which is normal.
I was so confused that they didn't respond to it, but oh well, it is what it is. They've gotten the first round, so maybe they just figured for posterity's sake, they'll give another one to Team Fate. We'll see now, though. Who knows what they'll make out of it. More utility being thrown around. A considerably rapidly paced overtime being played out here, I'd say. It's going to be down to SMS, for example. Already quite a bit of utility damage dealt to Fate. Who knows, maybe that is the start that Team Secret needs. Now they're dropping into Pop Dog, and they might regret that, although in the meantime, Blocker and Mar can open up the site quite well. Radifaction can't quite connect his AWP shots just yet, and Hahn in the meantime gets one of his own. Anarkez is present, but Mar immediately throws it right back at him. Leaves only SMF even alive to defend the bomb site. He succeeds, gets the first frag on Blocker. A 2v1. This is manageable. Mar is low HP. SMF just needs to connect 1 or 2 shots, and then he can go for the defuse. He has the kit on him. He still has a little bit of time. Now here we go for the fake. Molly's thrown, but they don't bite into it. He's got to push electrical, and he does not succeed. Hahn gets the frag on him, and that way Fate ends out with the second round of this first half of the first overtime. 17 for them and 16 for Team Secret.
And this will really hurt the side of Secret. They felt a little bit confident winning the first round. Then they choked it out 2 times in a row. Had some good positions, had some good possibilities, but, well, just not really using their utility and, of course, playing around the intel they are getting from the utility appropriately. Of course, we've seen so far that once more that T-side is favored, just like we saw in the match between Fate and Azuba. But still, it's going to be a little bit iffy for the side of Team Secret now going to that offensive side to make everything work for themselves. We're going to be expecting maybe a little bit of a quick push, especially towards Ivy, because that's where we've really seen them contest all the time. And with there being 2 AWPs, hopefully for the side of Team Secret, Anarkez will be able to get that opening frag.
It's all going to depend on that, really.
3 players. This might be a push all the way on towards that Ivy position. Look at the players coming down from Fate as well. Flashbang now to come. There will be the peek. Anarkez will be covered off by Radifaction. Mar with a double frag. That means Anarkez is alone. He is low, and he is the target
Solid
for
nade.
Mar as well. That will be a 4-on-2 situation. It seems like Fate has a very good shot at winning this map, especially as now Blocker will take down Sinopsai as well. SMF alone, roaming around with the bomb, trying to go towards the A side, and I believe he has been spotted out with the low HP he has, and of course possibly a flank from Ivy later on, and of course Pop Dog as well. I think this round is done and dusted.
He does not stand much of a chance. Only 25 HP left on him. He's going to hop onto the side. He's made noise. And yep, quite quickly and quite accurately finished off by Hahn there. Not much of a chance that he really stood initially, and that means that Fate is now on their map point. They have to win this to push it to a 3rd map, Dust 2. But at the same time, Lord knows what Team Secret might pull out of their sleeve. What kind of magical tricks they might conjure up to still push this to perhaps a 2nd overtime. Anything's still possible, and we've been shown in the past with the lineups here, with the teams that we have fighting against each other, that 1 overtime is sometimes just simply not enough.
Indeed, Nace flying out towards the main area. SMF will be tagged up as well. Not really the start Team Secret was hoping for, as Patrick now also playing aggressively in that Pop Dog area. Blocker also, of course, facing on against that ramp position. He's been that B-side anchor. Radifaction now trying to deal some damage in return, dealing only 4 damage on towards Patrick. Molly here to counter off a play to come in from Team Secret. They are trying to commit towards B as well. Harn is moving in. He will most likely be forcing towards that ramp area as well. There be a little bit of a slowdown from Team Secret. And still, that execute is going to be waited upon, and possibly they're trying to move away to go for either a fake or an A split.
Let's see, though. Who knows? It's still very much up in the air. It can still go quite a lot of ways. It might also all be dependent on Percy's entry that he might make on Ivy. There is some good potential here. Some damage has already been dealt to one of the Fate players. Patrick, of course, considerably tagged. Now on the bomb site, however, the time is ticking, and Team Secret is going to have to hurry up and try and make an opening here somewhere. Radifaction tries, but does not succeed quite immediately. Patrick has to fall a bit further back, and Synopsy is pushing ahead. He gets tagged, though. Ooh. Patrick gets the first frag, and will that be one of the few or one of the many?
While Percy is close, that stop sign will be peaked as well. Mark on that canteen area will be boosted and will get another frag. However, the bomb is now to come down. No utility to counter it from the side of Fate. A 4-on-3 rotate, or at least a retake, as the rotate will get the frag. It's going to be Blocker, breaking it into the advantage for the side of Fate. Yet another time, player in connector to be taken out by Hard. One more standing SMF will also be taken out with the AWP. And now we have a winner in the second map. Fate will win it 19-16. Of course, it is their own map pick and will be going to Dust 2.
Very well played by Fate there. They had to battle it out a little bit in the overtime, and for a moment it might have looked like Team Secret would have gotten that one. But in the end, it is Fate that has the upper reign, the upper hand, and that shows that they were, even as much as they had to fight for it, as hard as they had to fight for it, the better team on train. Surprisingly enough, though, 20% statistical difference, and still it's so incredibly close. I think maybe this kind of shows, once again, that we've got a solid matchup here. These two teams are very close. They are just up at each other's teeth, at each other's, throats, I think is the better way to put it. And honestly, with how these are matched up against each other, I am excited to see what Dust 2 is going to give. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for just pure aim duels there, and I think that, honestly, both teams have very aim-heavy people. You've got Anarchas on the, obviously, Team Secret side, but on the other hand, look at Fate. They have some players like, for example, I gotta think of, Patrick comes to mind. He can really pop off when he needs to, or Han for that matter. So Dust 2 is going to be an incredibly interesting map, if you ask me.
Are you gonna say another overtime on towards Dust 2 as
Probably.
well, or will it be?
Probably.
It will be an overtime.
Probably.
We're
Come on
gonna
now,
expect
let's be real.
an overtime. Let's see. Dust 2, the decider. These teams so far very well matched to each other. 16-14 in the first map, favoring Secret now in overtime. 19-16 to Fate.